New Zealand, but currently residing in Utah. And the net goes Pisnik. So what are your expectations in this game number 1 women's doubles format so far, Roscoe?
I think on paper we're looking at a Ranchers win here. However, definitely a competitive setup for great females on the court right now. I'm looking to see Andrea Coop play very aggressive here. I think she's a very consistent player, but I would love to see her attack down the line at Etta Wright. And same with Megan DeJean.
It's long for Andrea Coop, who also is a litigation lawyer as well in her full-time career and a Major League Pickleball champion back in 2021, the inaugural season for MLP. And in that goes Jazan, and here come the Texas Ranchers. Mentioned Tina Pisnik has a great story. She's the former world number 29 in pro tennis. Tina Pisnik playing the right with Etta Wright. More on that story in a moment. Big play from Megan Dazan on the left. As for Tina Pisnik, she had a career-ending car accident in her tennis career in her mid-20s, broke her neck. She was done with tennis, had a long battle of recovery, and here she is, national stage, pro pickleball at 43 years old.
Little lefty shot there from Andrea Coop. And yeah, I think for a lot of tennis players, pickleball has been such a great opportunity. It's given us a platform to extend a lot of our careers.
Andrea Coop pulls the trigger, and a wise time to do it down the line.
Yeah, deceptive speed up there from Andrea, faking the slice dink.
Here's a look at the general manager in the hat and the glasses, Ryan DeWidgeon, in the ownership group. Several names in the mix, including Scotty Scheffler in the ownership group for Texas Ranchers. A lot of star power in Major League Pickleball when it comes to the ownership groups. Nice play by Etta Wright, closing to the kitchen, finding the sideline against her usual women's doubles partner, Megan Dazan. So in MLP, teams are drafted. You don't necessarily get to choose your partners. Teams are drafted for the ownership groups. Nice play by Etta Wright, responding down the line on Coop, who got her just a moment ago.
Etta very nonchalant with that speed up.
6-5.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Megan and Etta usually play gender doubles together, so they have a little insight into each other's game. How will it affect them being on opposite sides of the net here at Major League Pickleball?
Ball by Megan Dazan. Putting Etta Wright in an interesting spot. Here's the Columbus Sliders ownership group. David Cass, Doug Ullman, and Adam Stone helped with the draft this year for this team. Tennis prowess in that group as well. David Cass, former tennis pro and current owner of several pro tennis events.
7-7.
And right, she is so solid on that forehand side. Packs a powerful punch.
She read that shot very, very well. I like Andrea being very aggressive there on the right side, as I think she plays her best when she is aggressive. But Etta Wright shutting that one down.
Tough ball off the tape for the Sliders. The Ranchers will capture a 2-point lead now, 9-7. Megan Dazan, she hasn't been fully healthy this season and has dealt with a lot of illness, especially to start the year. Dealt with some concussion injuries last year as well, so still trying to return to full health as the Sliders look to get back in the race for the playoffs. Counter again from Etta Wright, not the place to go on her.
Like you mentioned earlier, Etta Wright's so solid, has such good counters, so attacking her can be risky.
10-7.
That's a nice play by Andrea Coop. Mixes up the location, gets what she wants.
Yeah. I think we're going to continue to see Andrea stay aggressive here. Just because your opponent hits one nice counter doesn't mean you stop going there.
That's wide, and that's a well-played point by Etta Wright. So effortless in her powerful touch. Etta Wright, also one of the great moms on tour. Balances it all. So impressive.
So we have a 9-11 deficit here for the Sliders.
Nice finish for Etta Wright to the sideline again.
It's about as solid as it gets right there on the pickleball court. Tina and Etta both very consistent yet aggressive players, so they've done very well together as a team.
12-9.
Such compact strokes, too.
And we've seen Andrea really attacking Etta, something I said earlier I would love to see from her, and she's been doing a phenomenal job at it.
Why is it starting to work for Andrea Coop on Etta? Right there.
I think Etta's one of those players who likes to sit there at the kitchen line, build the point. If you're firing at her early, you keep her honest so she doesn't can't move too much to the middle, and you kind of throw her out of her game.
Hot start for the Texas Ranchers, up 3 at a right, serving to Megan Dezan, her usual women's doubles partner on the PPA Tour. Sean McMahon and Roscoe Bellamy here with you in the booth, and that was a miss from Andrea Koop thanks to the kitchen pressure applied right now by Tina Pisnik and Etta Wright, two of the best players at protecting their court positioning. Nice pressure from Megan Dezan, though, in response. All 4 players here with high-level tennis backgrounds as well. Koop, a national champion from UCLA. My friend Roscoe here played many years of college tennis there as well. Midway point of the MLP season, a lot at stake here. Both teams vying for 3 regulation win standing points. Down the line bait from Andrea Koop. Etta Wright was just a half second behind it. In addition to the rally scoring, you don't change sides. You pick the right or the left as a partnership and you commit to it. Etta Wright wasn't going to miss that backhand counter, neither was she going to miss the forehand sitter in the middle.
Yeah, we saw Andrea try to get Etta with that shot earlier, and she did it successfully, but Etta's not going to let that happen twice. Really nice play there from Dezan. Super patient, moved her feet well. It's going to be a crucial factor in this match if they want to get the win.
Nice shot by Etta Wright, catching Megan Dezan, crashing to the middle. Another ironic storyline there, too, is Megan Dezan typically plays the right side of the court with Etta Wright on the left, and on the flip side, Megan Dezan is carrying the left side of the court playing with Andrea Koop. So there's different nuances there for those new to pickleball. Roscoe would love to get your perspective on the roles of each, especially in women's doubles, the more aggressive style doubles.
For sure, I think it's one of the things that makes MLP so interesting. You get brand new partnerships, teams that might play together are now playing against each other, so really makes things exciting here. But generally the left side player is going to be the more aggressive player, and the right side is going to be the more consistent.
Carving out impossible angles. No problem being aggressive on the left for her.
Yeah, so the reason you're more aggressive on the left is because generally you have a righty over there, and so their forehand can be in the middle, which is going to be your stronger shot. I would say this match is going how you'd predict it on paper right now, with the 2014 lead here for the Texas Ranchers, but I would love to see the Sliders make a comeback here.
Again, the forehand eaten up by Etta Wright. Andrea Koop ate that one. And a 21-14 lead for the Texas Ranchers. Timeout called by the Sliders, trying to not let this game number 1 get out of hand. We'll see if the Sliders, I'll give you the scoop on that guy in just a moment. We continue women's doubles here. Ranchers 4 points away from taking game 1. Amazing point. Dazan sends that one wide. How did Texas even survive the throttle of offense from Columbus?
22-14.
Really nice speed up there from Tina Pisnik. You see she drops her paddle head right before she hits that shot, allowing her to rotate and get a lot of spin, keeping that ball in from such a low point.
Had so much force behind the backhand counter and the forehand close.
Not looking good for the sliders right here. So we got our first match point.
24-14.
Oh, what a point, both sides. Andrea Koop looking relieved after taking that one, saving one game point on their side. It's all oohs and ahs from the crowd and the management alike, both sides. You have to win on your serve, so Texas will have to earn it back to get another game point here in game number one. Got 4 total doubles games to be played in this match. Good pressure from Tina Pisnik down the line on Megan Dazan, jamming her up there on the left. Game point number 2 for Texas.
24-15.
What a play and a finishing touch for Anna Wright to close out the first. 25-15. One of the best women's doubles team on display in Major League Pickleball this year. More on that in a moment. Into the net goes Kwong Duong. So Jay DeVilliers, talking about a guy that has been everywhere. He was drafted to the Orlando Squeeze initially, was traded then to the Utah Black Diamonds, then acquired by the Sliders for Connor Garnett. And add one more storyline to this one, Roscoe. Riley Newman and Christian Elshon, they won an MLP title together last year. They're going to be playing together on the PPA Tour this season, now playing against each other. So expect this one to get chippy.
For sure. Really nice shot there from Jay DeVilliers. Usually playing the left side. We see him here on the right today. But, man, he's been holding down that right side so well. He's a big dude, and he covers a lot of court.
Originally from France. Just deep for Jay DeVilliers, and they'll have to keep their errors at bay against this Texas Ranchers team, a pesky opponent.
2-2.
Into the net goes Kwong Duong. A couple of misses for him early.
It's a lot of pressure there, having Jay DeVilliers in front of you. Such a big guy.
Yeah, so explain what that does to your psyche on the left there for Quang Duong going straight up against Jay DeVilliers.
It makes you feel like you have less room to dink in the kitchen. He can reach further in. He can cover more court left to right.
Just barely missing was Riley Newman. He had a little chat with Riley before the match. Learn anything from that one?
Yeah, really what I learned from Riley and just kind of from watching him play, I think he plays better when he's vocal out there. And he agreed. So maybe we'll see a little bit of that today.
Oh my, Jay DeVilliers with an impossible defensive play. How'd he get there? Helps to have that 6'4" frame. Just deep for DeVilliers, big swing. A little speculation there with Howard Hepworth, our second referee. Vicky Ryan, our lead referee for this one. We thank the long hours and hard work that goes into this behind the scenes for all. Nice play by Riley Newman in response. You know, he's not given up on the season yet, Roscoe. He said each match we're feeling a little bit more comfortable with all the trades. They have 2 players that were originally on the roster no longer.
Yeah.
And team chemistry is improving. If they finish strong, they can make the playoffs, he says. A lot of teams he doesn't think would want to play them.
Yeah, I think they're a very underrated team due to performance and stats thus far. However, their team is loaded with stars, and they can beat anyone on a given day, led by Riley Newman, who has an MLP championship as well. So. Jay, again, using his length. We talked about how tall he is, about 6'4", 6'5", and he's got a great reach into the kitchen. There we see Riley being very positive.
Just a quick towel break on the side of the Ranchers. Sliders on top by 2 here in game number 2. Looking to even out the match series before we head to 2 mixed doubles games. That's just too good from Quang Duong. This guy puts arguably more hours in on court than anyone. Chatted with him briefly yesterday, and he's still training for tennis, by the way, and is the #1 paddle tennis player in the world. Quang Duong. Nice play by Jay DeVilliers from the kitchen. Trading point for points. Momentum swinging in both directions.
9-7.
That's deep for Quang Duong. Columbus on top by 3 now, and 3 points away from the end change. Quiet looking bench, and you see a lot of toweling off going on right now. A lot of sweat on the court. 94 degrees and sunny, and remember that court surface makes it feel 10 degrees hotter, so these players are playing in nearly 100-degree temps. It's hot.
Yeah, it is not cool out there, that's for sure, and these players got to stay hydrated, try to cool themselves off when they can.
Very humid too, so that affects the ball and the play, slows it down a bit compared to the altitude or drier temperatures. That's deep for Riley Newman. Ranchers back within 1.
Riley with the unforced air. Jay's been taking those balls out of the air. Riley has yet to kind of calibrate that shot yet. Yeah, that's when Jay DeVilliers is playing his best, especially on the right side, leaning in, taking balls out of the air, and being big. You got Riley Newman, who takes up so much court and is already big. So they really shut down the whole court when they use their length. Great fake there by Alshin, taking a bigger backswing, showing that he was going to speed up, and then nicely placing it to the left foot of Newman.
Christian Alshin, he's risen to the top of his game so quickly. 24 years old. Such good pressure from Kwong Tuong and Christian Alshin. And a chance to take the lead here for the Ranchers. That's so good. Christian Alshin steps in and wakes up his buddy Riley Newman. It's a must-win situation, it feels like, for the Columbus Sliders, despite having 2 mixed doubles games to go. They need to go into it with an even slate.
Yeah, 2-0 is not where you want to be, especially with a tough team like the Ranchers.
That Columbus gets away with one high to the Texas Ranchers of pickleball back in its earliest phases. That's out, and the game has changed so much, Roscoe. You know it better than anyone as one of the newer pros that has stepped into the game with a high-level college tennis background. Love to get your insight there, especially in men's doubles. What's the game now?
Yeah, with the paddle technology and the game being flooded by a lot of great athletes, I think the game's moving towards a faster direction. However, having that initial foundation of pickleball can be very helpful for technique and a fallback when you're at that kitchen line, when you're playing the softer game.
Nice counter by Jay DeVilliers. Kwong Tuong throwing everything in their direction.
Really impressive play there from the Sliders. Riley with a couple great defensive shots, and Jay holding his ground with that counter, keeping his feet down.
It's a big play for Riley Newman, too. Especially for a guy like Riley Newman. He's been around the sport for so long. Tagged his buddy Christian Alshin on its way out. Columbus, their biggest lead of the game.
If I'm the Ranchers, I'm definitely looking at a timeout, and there we go.
And right on cue, 19-12 lead. The Overland Park, Kansas venue. Ooh, that one skidded off the baseline. Nice return from Kwong Tuong. 18-year-old that worked his way up to the top. Making his Major League Pickleball debut. Typically, you have to work your way from the challenger level up to the premier level, not Quang Tuong.
Right out, point 20. 20-13. Right out, point 14.
Couple missed thirds here from the sliders.
14-20.
Nice play by Jay DeVilliers, the flying Frenchman, they call him.
Yeah, using his length so well. Really impressed with his right side play, as he is normally a left side player.
That's a good point. Oh, tweener, defense, and point to Columbus. Jay DeVilliers gets the crowd on their feet. Explain yourself, Jay DeVilliers. How do you do this?
I mean, that is ridiculous.
Bounced away from Quang Tuong on his way back over. That's in. Beautiful shot from Jay DeVilliers, playing out of his mind here in game 2.
Yeah, if that doesn't make SportsCenter top 10, I'd be very surprised.
This is unbelievable, the amount of defense coming from Columbus, forcing the Ranchers to hit a near perfect put-away to end the point. Doesn't get any better than this. Roscoe.
No, it's really crazy to see right now. Both guys taking up so much space. I think their length has to do with their really solid defense.
My goodness, Riley Newman has some of the fastest hands and some of the best defense in the game.
Riley Newman taking a look at Quang Tuong.
Game point here for the Sliders. That's deep. They'll have to wait and try and win it on their serve. Rally scoring will continue for the Texas Ranchers.
24-16. Point.
Honest call from Christian Alshon there, looking to the bench to see whether or not that return caught the baseline.
Side out.
Jay DeVilliers back to serve for another game point for Columbus. Wow, unbelievable way to end it. 25-16, Riley Newman pockets the ATP off an heavy angle. Unbelievable pickleball from Kansas City, Roscoe.
Using his length and just being big out there, that's going to be what's going to win Columbus this match.
Tina Pisnik, our first server, over to Megan Dazan. Nice. So far, so good for Jay DeVilliers. He's also the ambassador for the French Pickleball Federation as pickleball continues to go into more international, hoping for a bit of the Olympics one of these days as a sport. This is one of the best matches I've seen from Jay DeVilliers.
Yeah, that's going to be key right there. Those first two plays, he's using his length, he's being big, and he's taking over the middle.
Also has 3 little boys back home with his wife, Alexandra. Nice instigation there by Jay DeVilliers. Megan Dazan, so good on the right, too. One of the females in mix that likes the pace. She likes to counter with high speed. Great play by Quang Duong. Pressure applied, backing Columbus off from the kitchen.
Very smart pickleball there from Duong, firing the backhand at Megan Dazan in front of him, avoiding Jay DeVilliers.
Wow, that's so good. Right to the corner for Quang Duong. He's such a sweet demeanor off the court, too, Quang. Just 18 years old. Such a fiery competitor, though. High expectations for himself.
Such a nice kid.
Not so nice with that put-away ball through the legs of Jay DeVilliers, tying it up 3 points each.
Yeah, Megan has got to hold her ground here. She's going to get a ton of balls fired at her, but she needs to counter, I think, rather than just resetting the ball. Showing Quang he can't just fire everything at her.
It's a big serve from Quang.
And that's more of the shot she needs to be executing.
4-3.
Right to the feet of Dazan that time. So what do you do if you're Dazan in the countering situation? Where do you put it with the pace Quang can bring?
You usually want to go in front of you with your counter as they have less time to react. But in this situation, trying to go as much to Tina as possible. Tina is across from her, so generally not where you want to counter. But if Megan sits there and resets the ball, it just gives Quang another chance to fire at her, and he's going to know that she's not going to be able to hurt him.
It through the middle too high, though. Quang Duong was all over the read.
Yeah, if I'm Megan, I'm putting those dinks more middle. The more angles she gives Tina, the more Jay has to cover his line. So it takes Jay out of the middle. If you're Megan and you start putting those dinks a little more center, she's not going to get pulled off the court as much, and Jay can really sit in that middle for longer.
That's a great point. His third shot drop for Quang Duong. The kitchen is often referred to as the safety valve, so that third shot drop is a go-to for a lot of these pros, but the margin of error is so slim with where he can put it. This third for Jay there. Fumbled it that time. Such a heavy drive. Quang Duong put so much topspin on all of his shots.
Yeah, I think you need to avoid the Duong drive here. Try to target Tina on those returns, because this is going to happen right here. So Quang likes to play a very fast pace of pickleball. Tina likes to play a very slow pace of pickleball. So when you are trying to establish yourself at the kitchen line, you don't want to be facing that big drive.
That's a massive serve for the young Quang Duong. He's had marquee wins on the PPA Tour over the best player in the world, including Ben Johns. He's worked his way towards the top of the rankings as well in the individual singles tour.
I would love to see Riley Newman step in here as coach. Give a little advice to his teammates some strategy. It's not easy to figure out the game while you're playing it sometimes. Better from a third-person view.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, it is a full team effort here in Major League Pickleball. Some of these players don't have a say at all in who their teammates are, so you've got to find a way to win as teammates in different scenarios.
Spread out, 0.7. 7-11.
Another attack from Quang Duong down the line on Megan.
12-7.
Wow, 13-7 now at the end change. That's the player that gets dropped, the injured guy. No, Pablo Tejas got the boot from the Ranchers. Unfortunately for him, a great player in his own right, because Quang Duong shines so brightly in the absence of Christian Elshan, who had a minor surgery. Was out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Pablo Tejas is a great player. Just won the mid-season event for the Challenger League.
Quang Duong wasn't even drafted.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, that doesn't happen. This is such a rare situation for a guy to be undrafted and then automatically picked up at a premier level team. Only 48 players receive the nod.
Major League Pickleball allows you to play next to some of the best players, so you get a chance and an opportunity, and he took it.
Wow, Tina Pismic with the HCP and a spicy one through the wickets of Jay DeVilliers. That's deep for Megan Dazan. She's trying to create. You can tell the pressure is building on her side.
Yeah. Great play there by Jay using his length. And yeah, we mentioned Megan DeJean feeling a little pressure out there, and you can really see it from her right now.
8-17.
Well, she went middle per your advice there, but Quang Duong gets a let cord. Unfortunate circumstance, but that's the danger in going middle, right, if you're Megan, because then you're serving the forehand of Quang Duong in a way, right?
Yeah,
so
you got to go shorter middle for sure, and I think the slice might not be the best play. She hits a topspin dink. At least it shows she can speed up from that spot. I would love to see her get behind the ball, show all options, meaning she you know, fakes the speed up, or, you know, shows that she can hit the ball anywhere. So then roll it middle.
DeVilliers flexing on us. The ball has left the premise. The Vulcan V-Pro Flight is our title ball sponsor for the Major League Pickleball Tour and PPA Tour, which will be in town this weekend as well.
9-18.
Wow. Quang Duong, his ability to put pace behind just about anything. And the grunts got louder every finishing touch as well.
19-9.
Snaps it through. Such a dedicated athlete, Quang Duong. Wide that time. Brief delay in the highlight reel coverage of Quang Duong.
10-19.
Oh, Ernie alert. Tina Pisnik takes the opening. Jay DeVilliers fed her right to the spot she wanted it. Bert, if you cross your partner and do the same thing on the other sideline, or if you take a ball out of the air, you cannot step your foot on that white line surrounding it. Here's Vicki Ryan.
After video review, there was no fault on the play. Columbus Sliders, you lose 1 free challenge, you have 2 remaining. Texas Rangers, you have 3 free challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 20-10, Texas Rangers serving. Time in, 20-10.
I think that ball looked wide there. Quang hit it first, though.
9-point cushion to work with. I think they'll be okay. Into the net goes Jay DeVilliers. Always evens out in the end. 22-11 lead now for the Ranchers. Excuse me, 21-11.
This kid is ripping the ball.
Such an unconventional grip with his forehands.
Yeah, he holds a Western grip.
Very heavy Western.
And this is just an absolute beatdown, Mish. Quang Duong really stepping up to the plate, like you mentioned earlier, but especially right now when he's got Jay DeVilliers and Megan Najon, 2 very well-known, good players across from him. He does not shy away, that's for sure.
Straight out, line 13.
Couldn't pick up on it that time, but keep an eye on that extreme Western grip from Quang Duong. It's something that's also enhanced his success in singles. He's currently top 6 in the world right now in men's singles.
Quang Duong is everywhere. Great ATP defense there from Tina Pisnik. But everything is going the Ranchers' way right now.
23-13.
A wicked serve from Quang Duong. Western grip assists the spin there as well. And a game point for the Texas Ranchers. Tina Pisnik back to serve to Megan Najon. Great lob. That's wide for Quang Duong.
He played a great point overall. Took a little risk. A lot of it went his way, but fortunately that one wide.
14-24.
Quang Duong jams up Megan Najon, who scooches over to the left on the side switch with Jay DeVilliers. Game point 2 for the Texas Rangers. Jay DeVilliers once more. They've got a long ways to go.
15-24.
Oh no.
Side out.
Again, everything going the Ranchers' way right now.
Game point number 3.
24-15.
Jay DeVilliers responds right back, collecting another point. Texas have to continue to try to win on their serve.
16-24.
25, win by 2. That's a good lead from Tina Pisnik. Ball was long, confirmed by the sideline of the Ranchers. Game point number 4.
24-16.
Jay DeVilliers continues to mount points on the scoreboard. 4 game points saved.
Using his length. This is what I would have loved to see from him the entire match. Of course, Duong playing very aggressive, and he didn't have many chances, but
hit the post on the ATP attempt for Jay DeVilliers. Game point number 5 for the Texas Ranchers. And you really don't start to feel the scoreboard pressure until it gets to about 20, I'd say, for the Columbus Sliders if you're the Ranchers. And coming soon to MLP is close call replay system, where we will have a much better vantage point with line calls, and that will take the pressure off the players, because it's tough in the moment. You know how fast the game has gotten to even make an honest call, even when you obviously believe it's a certain way. It's tough to see it without an objective measure. So here's Vicky with what the call is.
Review, the call's overturned, the ball's in. Point to Texas Ranchers.
All right, the ball is in. Anticlimactic way to end it, but the Texas Ranchers will take the 3rd game.
Great players. He lives in that Boca area where a lot of them reside. This kid wants it.
All right, the first server here in game 4 to Andrea Koop. First point over to the Columbus Sliders. So here's the situation at hand. The Texas Ranchers, they get this win. They win this match in regulation. If Columbus wins this game, we're going to a 5th tiebreaker, which is called a dream breaker. That'll be singles. That's a nice ball by Christian Elshon. It's clean, and it's on the line. So a lot to play for here. The Columbus Sliders need to gain position in the standings.
1-1.
Texas in the top 3 right now, but looking to stay there. That's wide for Elshon.
2-1.
Makes it look easy. And as I mentioned, Christian Elshon and Riley Newman, they competed for a Major League Pickleball title together, got it.
2-2.
Christian Elshon was the MVP winner from that Dallas event. Christian Elshon also won 2 titles at the challenger level in Major League Pickleball. It's the next level of talent. The next 40 players that were drafted at the challenger level, that's typically the progression you take in MLP, unless you're Kwang Duong, of course.
Great play there from Elshon. The dude is long, and he reaches in the kitchen so well. If you see him hit a few backhand rolls there. Definitely not an easy shot to hit.
Out.
Riley with the no to start. We think Riley's going to get a little chirpy here, Michelle?
He better if he wants to get a win. I think you were right about that at the beginning. That's called good from Andrea Koop. What a spot for Elshon. That ball looked like it was sailing long. Took a little bit off it. Christian Elshon is following as the Tweener King on YouTube. You can catch some instructional tips from him.
Four.
Unconventional angle from Christian Elshon. Won a national title for the University of Chicago back in his tennis days. not too long ago.
Side out, point 5. Five, 6.
That's nice from Riley Newman. Little soft chirp. I don't think he's going to go right at Christian Elshon. That's the problem, because they're buddies and playing together on the PPA Tour. Nice get by Coop. Oh, there's a half Bert applying one of our terms thanks to Riley Newman. 1-point lead swings to Columbus.
Point.
Riley Newman is fired up. I think you were right. He really believes that his team can get up in those standings, and if anyone's going to lead him to that, it's him.
Yeah, and it's hard to find that team chemistry as is when you're throwing together with 4 new players you haven't teamed up with prior to that point, and then with all the trades. Started with Brooke Buckner on their team, and then traded for Andrew Coop. Then they had Connor Garnett, and then they traded for Jada Billy. So it's just still coming together.
Texas Ranchers, time in, 7-8.
Midway through the Major League Pickleball season. Playoffs begin in November. Top 6 teams make it. If the season were to end today, Texas would advance to the playoffs as the 3 seed. Columbus would be out of the mix, and that is something that does not sit well with Riley Newman. He's a pure-born competitor. And Riley Newman enters the scene again for a 2-point lead.
9-7.
Another great play for Columbus. And again, if Columbus can find a way to win this match, or this game rather, they will force it to a singles tiebreak situation in a 5th game. We love dream breakers. Roscoe Bellamy was the hero a couple of weekends ago in Salt Lake City when the Orlando Squeeze required 3 alternates and a dream breaker to get a win over the Utah Black Diamonds.
Exciting times. Exciting times.
Out, point 11.
Riley Newman is fired up right now. I like his energy. He's not happy with the delay here. This dude likes to play fast.
11-8.
Shot by Elshon. Defense couldn't hold up on Columbus's side. Fans like that one. Great digs from Andrea Coop. It's not a terrible reset from Newman either. Good recovery from Coop after hitting a potential out ball. Now Texas back within 1. Looking to win this in regulation. You get 3 points in the standings if you win it in regulation. Only 2 if you win it in a dream breaker.
Let's go.
Fair miss from Christian Elshon. 2-point lead continues for Columbus. In order for Andrea Coop and Riley Newman to pull out a win, what couple of things need to happen on their side up to this point? Not that.
I would say
clearly.
the first is avoiding Christian Elshon, right? He's playing so big out there. He's got a lot of firepower. They need to reverse that, and they need to make Riley Newman the dictator of this game.
11-12.
I think Etta Wright, very, very consistent player and strong player, but she's got to be the target. I love that play there from Coop.
Somebody's going to be partnering with down the stretch on the PPA Tour. Nice finishing touch for Riley Newman, but a beautiful setup for Andrea Coop, going toe-to-toe with Alshon down the line.
Yeah, I like Riley taking over that middle, being big, looking for that pop-up.
And the lawyer goes down the line again on Christian Alshon. Andrea Coop, so impressive with her ability to balance it all at the highest level.
15-11.
Just Riley moving in there creates a lot of pressure as well.
Oh, great dig from Coop. Didn't matter, Alshon was one step ahead. That's a great spot. Right to the right foot of Andrea Coop off the kitchen, neutralizing the play.
15. No, come on.
Riley Newman couldn't get out of the way. Christian Alshon a little smirk after that tag. And by the way, if the Ranchers could pull this off in a regulation win, they get 3 points, adding to their 32 points currently. That would put them in second place right now at the premier level. It's a big deal. That's deep. Texas ties it.
Good play there from Andrea. I like her being aggressive down the line, holding her ground as well when she gets the ball fired at her.
15.
Down the line goes Etta Wright to steal a 1-point lead. The year that Major League Pickleball started, all 4 players on the court right now have a championship to their name.
15.
Into the net goes Christian Alshon, a welcomed break for Columbus. Looking to force a tie-break, dream breaker situation here. Oh, unlucky for Columbus. Let's get it off the tape. 17-16, Ranchers. Nice sequence from Andrea Coop, goes cross court, then down the line on Alshon, who's upset that he missed the counterattack.
17.
It's a veteran move from Coop. Uh-oh. Lob well long for Riley Newman. Anything
Love
above
Christian
the
being
hip
big
is dangerous.
18-17.
Wow. Oh no, Riley Newman.
Missed a sitter, to say the least. And now Columbus in a 2-point hole. Let's see how Riley Newman recovers. Ooh, Columbus back within one.
Really impressive there from Coop.
Jay DeVilliers, he's a team player on his feet, supporting his teammates. He doesn't have an MLP title to his name. He'd love to add that this season. Oh, just barely missing for Andrea Coop. Riley Newman felt it was the right choice, though.
20-18.
Columbus is still in this right here. Riley Newman needs to take over.
19-20.
Into the net goes Andrea Coop, frustrated with the miss.
Good deflex there from Alshin.
21-19.
What a play from Etta Wright, right to the hip pocket of Riley Newman, and the Ranchers are 3 points away from winning this match in regulation.
22-19.
Riley Newman has something to say about that. There is no margin of error. Once he hit the 20-point mark, we'll see how Columbus adjusts.
20-22.
Christian Elshon gets big, and his paddle went flying into the kitchen. Riley Newman saying maybe that's a kitchen violation, which, by the way, if it happens during the point and your paddle flies out and lands in the kitchen, that is a violation.
That was pretty awesome, not gonna lie. I haven't seen that before. You gotta be careful with the celebrations.
Nice play by Riley Newman.
Huge shot there. Man, does he get a lot of power. He's got that very interesting pancake grip, almost like a semi-Western to Western grip at the kitchen line.
Gotta keep it away from Elshon, but how can you when he's playing as big as he is? And now a match point on the side of the Ranchers, 24-21. Columbus already used their one timeout that you get per game. You have to win on your serve if you're Texas. Coop pops it up. Christian Elshon secures the win. The Texas Ranchers take it 3-1, 25-21, the final in Game 4. What do you have to say as a player yourself that's worked your way through the ranks in Major League Pickleball and what you've seen from Quang Duong at such a young age?
Well, it's important to be like a sponge, right? To listen, to learn, try to use that, and that's the only way to improve. And he's been doing that really, really well. I mean, he has his dad in his corner, and they drill, and he gets all the information from us, and he's a great learner. So it's obviously showing that he's improving every match he plays. He's a little bit better.
Christian, you've risen to the top of the pickleball game very rapidly. Tell me about your training routine and how important that is.
Well, I mean, first off, I thought I left Florida to get out of the heat. What is this, guys? Come on. I think it might be hotter here than it is in Florida. As far as training, I have a lot of people in my corner. I have a coach, I have a trainer, I have a physical therapist, I have a nutritionist. Like, I just have so many people that are maximizing my performance, because I can't. If it was just me and I had to, figure out my training schedule, figuring out my exercise schedule, figuring out my diet all on my own, it's too much for me. Whereas if I find people that can help me out, then I can spend all my time working on my mental game, working on my technical game, and just, you know, that's where the sport's heading. A lot of teams are forming among the players. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, that dedication shows, Christian. You've risen to the top very quickly, as has Tina Pisnik to your side as well, starting in the challenger level, working your way up. And speaking of training, Tina, I love to revisit your story here on the national stage on FS1. You had a career-ending car accident in pro tennis. You discovered pickleball. How were you able to train and elevate your game so quickly to translate at 43 years old in pro pickleball?
Well, I was lucky to get on board with Colin. He helps me a lot just to understand the game. It is different than tennis. So I have my players that I coach, tennis players that I coach. They train me the patience and discipline so I don't lose my mind. And then I have Maya in my corner. That's my nutritionist and everything around. So I just need to play pickle, and that's all. It's pretty simple if you break it down this way. But if you're one person for everything, then it gets complicated, and it's a little bit more on how you feel that day, how you don't feel that day. Now I have a schedule. I have a fitness trainer there, and it's like this needs to get done, and I get it done.
And Christian, in closing, I know you love this team format so much here with Major League Pickleball. For our new audience here on FS1 that's just joining the format and the play, what do you love the most? What's making this experience so fun, particularly with the Texas Ranchers?
This is an awesome team. We've got Kwong, Etta, Tina, just four people that you don't think on the surface or just looking at them that they would mix really well, but I think we mix perfectly. We have a person for every role that's needed on a team, so we gel very well together with just four completely different personalities, different ages. And it works pretty well.